Hi, it's Anne from The Useless Crafter, and I'm so excited to be here. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make gift tags that are shakers because I am obsessed with gift wrapping. So I love to spice it up, and this is what we're going to do today. So let's get started. We have quite a few shapes, and I'm actually going to take you into Design Space to show you how to resize it. But it's super simple. We have a couple different options, and I size them differently so you can kind of see, where you want to go with this. But we have just your regular gift tag. We've got a star. We've got a little gift with a bow that we're going to put on it. So it's for one of your bigger gifts. And then I'm just going to show you the different sizes that I have. Now, all of the ornament shakers were designed to be to have a backing to it. So we're going to be doing this. They're all symmetrical and they're ready to go in Design Space. So it's going to look like this. So it doesn't matter how your tag flips. It will be beautiful on both sides. So let's just get these out. So I have 2 different size ornaments for you. Oh, actually 3. So you can see, and you can resize these easily. These look like that. So you can see this one is, the bulb itself is under 3 inches and it's just a little bit over 3 inches with the actual tag. And all of these have these loops so that you can put ribbon through it. It's all ready to go. All right, let me just make sure I have all my pieces. I don't know if we'll need to do all of them, but I did want to show you how to do at least a few of them. All right, so what you're going to need is acetate, and for each tag you're going to need a double. You need 2 of them because it's going to go in, and I'm just going to walk you through it so that you don't make any mistakes. Because while I'm talking and if I'm not crafting and paying complete attention to this, I will mess up. So we're going to glue the acetate to the back, and then we're going to add foam strips to give you that layer so that you can add in all the fun like sprinkles and stuff like that to turn it into a shaker. Then you have basically with the strips in between, it's going to look like this. So all the pieces are going to work that way. All right, so I'm going to move that over. Let's do our first one. One of the things that I really like about this design is that when we go to do the foam strips, because a lot of times with a shaker, everything, if it's standing up, all your shaker pieces fall to the bottom. And on this one, we can do little shapes, the foam strips around these rectangles, so it will contain the sprinkles in those areas. So let's do this one first. I will be using Barely Art glue and foam strips, which is available on the website. I'm also using their acetate, which the reason why I mentioned that is because I like it because it comes and it's protected. So it doesn't get scratched. I cut with it on, and then I'm going to peel it off now. So, and you may or may not like to peel it. Sometimes I struggle with it, but you can see right here. My other tip is that I actually like to use real sprinkles for the shaker. And the couple of reasons for that. One, you don't get the static, so I don't clean my acetate as some people do. And then the other thing is they smell great, and then they also make great noise. So these are all real sprinkles. I've been asked if they spoil. I don't know. They probably have an expiration date on them. But because they're, in the shaker, you're not eating the shaker. I've had some for maybe 2 years now, and I have not noticed any discoloration or anything like that. But of course, these are little crafts, and so it's not seeing sunlight. It's in my craft room. So I'll leave you with that. Okay, so I've peeled off on both sides. What we want to do now is we want to glue it to our to our piece right here. So I'm just going to run it right along here. And I don't want a lot of glue because it is acetate and it will run a little bit. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll put this down and then I might even dab it a little bit with, just copy paper or whatever scrap paper you have nearby. So, okay, I have that down and here. So you could take some scratch paper and just dab it a little bit. It's going to be so cute anyway. So, and with all the shaker pieces, it's not going to be a big deal if it runs. So, or, if the glue runs. But, okay, so let's put this down. And I think it's good. Yep. Okay, so we'll put this aside. I just want to make sure it's down. Okay, we'll do the back side of it. Same thing. And I also pulled the swatch kit. So I'll show you all the colors that I'm using. And then I just did a project yesterday, just a cute little Christmas sentiment. And so I'm going to show you that because it has one of my new favorite papers. I mean, there are so many. I feel like 12 by 12 every week. It feels like they're coming out with more paper. And it's just so pretty. So I wanted to share that with you. Because I know a lot of times it's hard when you're buying paper online. You're not sure if you're going to like it or not. So I do highly recommend getting the swatch kit. Let me show you what that looks like. Here's one of them. This is the bow that I'm using. So it's from their Encore line. It's hot pink. And it's just so pretty and it's textured. So I don't know if you can see that detail, but I love it. I love this color. So I'm going to put that aside. But it's nice to have this because you can kind of, you get a better feel for the colors that you might want to play with. Okay, so you have two options when you get the Barely Art starter pack. You have the tall ones, and then you have the shorter ones. So I'm going to be using both of them at some point, but for right now, because this one's kind of big, I'm going to use the tall ones. So you just pull it off, and if you remember, I want to create these boundaries. So I'm just going to, we can just start. So I'm going to go down. The SVG file is specific in the design where you shouldn't be able to see these, the cubies. And I just realized I don't have a pair of scissors. Give me 1 second to grab it there. Okay, here we go. So you're just going to, trim it so that you have that. And then this one's kind of long. I'm going to go this way. And you don't have to do it this way. You could easily just do around the shape like you would the star. But like I said, I like when the shaker pieces don't go all the way down. So I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm so close. Short that little piece right there. Okay. I love shakers. I think they really add to everything. So if I can make it into a shaker, I will. All right, so we got that. Let's see. And when you put these, the two pieces together, you do want them to butt up against each other so that your shaker pieces won't fall out. And I even take it a step further. Because these pieces are flexible and the cardstock's flexible, I will bend this out and put glue in between just to make sure that nothing is leaking. Okay. Or sometimes like there's enough room right here, it's easy to just do like hot glue if you wanted to. Oh, I should have made that just a little bit shorter. Oh, you know what? I can do it. Squeeze that in there. We're almost there. And I feel like when your gift is beautiful, you don't even need to put your name on it because everyone's going to remember that it was from you. So that's kind of my goal. I absolutely love giving beautifully wrapped gifts on top of giving a good gift. Okay. Almost there. Just one more strip this way and we're good. And I'm going to cut this one just a little bit shorter so I can go straight down. All right. Okay, so my little tip that I was saying earlier, so you can get your glue and kind of just put it in between. You can be kind of messy because it's all hidden, but it just, you know, just a little precautionary step. I don't know if everybody does this, and sometimes it's so tight you don't need it. Like this one is super tight right there. I'm just hitting wherever I'm a little bit worried. And well, the other thing is you'll see because I'm using sprinkles, they're bigger, and I'm not using glitter, it's unlikely that it will fall through. So, okay, let me put this back. All right, so for the fun stuff, I've mixed some already. So I'm gonna put some in here. All right. So we have that. We have this side all ready to go. So we're gonna peel off the tape, put this down, and then we'll do the bow. So because we have, well, I guess I can put it on, and then I just want to make sure that, you know, with any time that you're doing an adhesive, it is, you need to like really push down. It's all about the pressure. So you want to make sure that you're activating all that stickiness, pretty much every square inch that you have. So after we peel this off and we put that top layer on, I'm going to really make sure that I push down and give it that pressure that it needs to like really seal it. And you have to keep in mind who you're giving it to. I mean, you know, I've been crafty for my daughter's whole life. And I've definitely seen, you know, in the younger years, or more likely it's a younger sibling, but, you know, I've made crafts for presents and then I see it being shaken to death. So just kind of, you know your audience, know if you need to, you know, like maybe do that extra layer of glue. But okay, here we go. We're going to put this on and you want to line it up. It's always hard for me to do it on camera because I'm not directly over it, but hopefully I can see it on camera and I'm going to line it up. Okay. And I really want to push down, like I said, to really activate all that stickiness and make sure it stays in place. But look at this. It's so pretty. Okay, let me show you how to do the bow. So this is my finished bow, but look how cute that is. You stick your ribbon through and it's hanging on your present. All right, this is one of my favorite, just my favorite additions. You can resize this, of course, like I said. What you're going to need is a boning tool, which I thought I had. Okay, here we go. And I like to have, so you can choose to have the texture side showing or not. I'm going to have the textured side showing, which is this bottom side. So I'm going to flip it so it's on the bottom because I'm going to curl this. And you can do it a number of ways. You can take a credit card if you don't have this, or a pencil. But see how my paper is already curled a little bit? I'm just making it a little bit easier for it to know to kind of bend over right here. So you have that bend and you don't have the crease. You can also just take it to the side of your table and do it that way. The other thing that I really like about this design is that when we put the hot glue down, because the glue is so hot, it's going to change the color of your paper a little bit, but that's why we have this little piece to cover that up and go all the way around. So, all right, I have my hot glue ready to go. I'm just going to put a little bit right here in the center. I'm going to do one side at a time. And it all lines up. I'm going to press down, and it will dry in a few seconds. Then I'm going to put glue down again for the other side of the bow. And then I'm going to glue this strip from behind so that it covers up this front part in case you had any discoloration. And then you're going to flip it to the back. And I pinched it down so that it won't move on me as much. And then, so I just love it because you can be messy, you can mess up, and it'll still hide all your imperfections. So I'm going to put it like this. You're going to glue it down. But is that not the prettiest thing? You can't buy this kind of tag. All right, so let's glue this down. And I just love how 3D this bow is and the fact that it's cardstock. So I'm going to press it down. I'm going to hold it for a little bit, and let's talk about the paper. So this is the sequin glitter cardstock line, which I absolutely love. It cuts so nicely on the Cricut. And let me pull that out. Okay, so it is this color right here. I have this one out because I'm going to show you another project that I did. So this is Gold Treasure, and it's the extra level of sparkle. You can see that right now on my camera. In person, it is even better. So that's one. While this is drying, I'm going to just pull this aside because I want to show you this paper. Okay, so I just did this little sentiment. I actually have it on my counter with all my other Christmas decor, and it is just, I'm in love. Okay, so let's talk about this. The top layer is this. It's from Basil, and it's foil, but it's rose gold, so it's just a little bit different. It's rose gold rose gold, and it's sitting, I did, gold on gold. It's on this color, and it is so beautiful. It's caramel, and it's from the Glitter Luxe line. Trust me, just buy I think it comes in a 15 pack. Just buy it. You're going to love it. I've used it on so many different things. I love this combo. The bottom layer is my new favorite line. It is the matte line. So it's foil, but it's matte, and the colors are so good. I mean, look at that. It's so simple. I just absolutely love it. So anyway, get your swatch kit. I highly recommend that. I am in love with this whole metallic foil swatch kit. I love the foil and the matte. I mean, look at those colors. I know I'm deviating from the craft, but we need a glue time, so that's why. All right, I'm going to move that aside. This is it. Here's one. Let's do another one. Let's do one of these circle ones. I just love this. Okay, so let's get out the acetate, and let me make sure I find the right size because I did so many different sizes. Here we go. Okay. All right, so don't forget, I mean, you can tell that the liner is still on because it's not as clear, right? You have like a little bit of a glaze or a fog. So, and so far, knock on wood, it's been easy to peel off. It's always when I say that, and then of course you can't, but, oh, there. Okay, so I've got, so both sides are lined, which I really, really like. So let's glue this down just to give it time to dry. And you only have to do the outside, but I'm gonna just go down one center line. And then I'm gonna regret it. Okay, so let's put this down. Okay, and let's do the back side. And the thing is, hopefully if we have time, I'll show you when we're in design space. You can turn any Christmas SVG into a tag, right? You just need to make sure that if you really want to put it ribbon through it, you have a hole, and then you just double it, and then you make sure you have an acetate layer. Okay. And for instance, like in this one, if I didn't give you the SVG file, what you would do is you would take the ornament, at least in design space, you would click on the ornament, duplicate it, and then on that layer, when you go to contour, you hide all, and it will give you a full, you know, the full image all blacked out basically. Okay, so I got that one down. And this one will be easier because we're just gonna go around. All right, so this one I'm gonna do the flatter, the shorter one. And I think I could still fit in those shaker fillers, but this is, I mean, I just love having, you can hear it. It sounds good. I've bought, you know, and of course, like these are seasonal mixes. So if you're stocking up for next year, you can wait for the 75% off or whatever it is and get all these pretty little sprinkles. Okay, let's put this down and let's just go all the way around. And, you know, we made these lines a little bit thicker so that you don't have to be so perfect when you're laying down the strips. They shouldn't show at all. Okay, that's down. We need one more. And I'm going to push it against the, you know, so that the gap is really minimized. It's like right up against it. And we're going to trim this. And squeeze it in. And that looks pretty tight, but because we only have 2 spots to glue, I'm going to push this open a little bit, put some glue down. Do the same on this side. Okay. All right, let's fill up what I have left. I think this is a mix of sprinkles and confetti mix from the Dollar Tree. Because now that I'm looking at it, it's pretty plastic. All right, let me put a little bit more and then we can close this up. Okay, let's peel off the tape. And when you're peeling off the tape, I like to have one hand down because if you pull this up and it just moves a little bit, all your sprinkles go flying just enough to stick on your adhesive, which is super annoying. Okay. Then we're gonna put this side down. And on this one, I mean, you know, you just wanna line it up. You'll see, I'm trying to look on screen to do it. And I do wanna push down. I just wanna activate that stickiness all around. And look at how pretty. And it's beautiful on both sides, so it can flip. I don't even think you need to put a name, but if you're already in Cricut, in Design Space, and you want to add a name, I mean, how pretty would a name across be? Something like, I mean, obviously not this one, but if this was shrunk and you had the name across, oh my gosh, it's a total keepsake. They could put it on their tree. They can take it out. It's so pretty. I don't have any ribbon over here. But I'm going to flip the screen to show you in Design Space, and I will, while I'm doing that, I'm going to just grab ribbon just to show you real quick. And I like that the tags are double-sided because it just makes everything a little bit stronger. So like when you put this through, for instance. So I'm just going to stick it through. Put this around the ribbon that you have, you know, for your gift wrap, or if you want to tape it. I mean, look at how pretty that is. So you can have it on the gift, and then they can take this out and put it on their tree. I think it's beautiful. Not to toot my own horn. All right, I won't do the next two because they're the same shape, right? But here's the little bow. You can make this bow smaller and, you know, put it on any of the ornaments. The bow specifically was going on the gift wrap because I felt like the gift wrap box was so big and it needed a bow. So here's that one. Here's this cute little guy. And then here's the star. Now, with the SVG file, I'm going to show you in a second because we're going to be in Design Space. If you want it to be extra, which I did not cut because I love the one layered look, the little ornament piece up here is another piece. So you could have something, you know, more layered if you wanted to. All right, let me move this. We're going to go into Design Space. I'm going to show you how to upload the file. Okay, so let me make myself smaller. Okay, and let's go here. All right, so, oops, hold on. Let me make sure I could see. Let me move this over so I can see myself. Okay. Oh, shoot. That does not do what I wanted to do. Okay, so I'm going to have to, give me just 1 second. I'm going to move this back over. I think you need to see that. Okay, can you see? Oh, how am I going to know? Let me move this a little bit. Is this, oh, this is what I need to do. Here we go. Sorry for that, but it was worth it, right? Because now we have it. It's been so long since I've done a video. Okay, we're in Design Space. What you want to do is you've downloaded the file from the email, right? So you just click download. It goes into your download box. You want to go to upload, and we're going to go to upload image and browse, and it's in my downloads. It's right here. I'm just going to double click on it. And of course, I worked with Keela from the Salty Yankee. All right, so here's the image. What you're going to do is you're just going to hit continue, upload. And when it's in here, we've set it to 4 inches, but you can resize this easily, okay? First thing you're going to do is you're going to ungroup everything, and you're going to delete this comment, right? Get a keyboard. All right, so let's delete that. And I'm just gonna make this a little bit smaller so we could see everything. I'm gonna move it all over. So everything's on one line because if you're, I don't know, when I'm doing everything all at one time, I usually like to make everything the same size. So this is 4 inches. This little guy is probably 3.5 inches. So if you feel like 4 inches is too big, just select all and just change the height. So change it to 3.5, for instance. The bow is going to be, when you look at the bow, let's ungroup this. The bow, because you're flipping the two sides over, so it's 4 inches wide, right? So just think of, here, we'll move this up so you can see it. This will fold in a whole inch on this one and a whole inch on this side. So it will look, it's perfect for your gift, but you can change the size of that. Let's ungroup one of these just so that you can see all the different layers. Actually, let's ungroup this one. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to move this all over. Okay, so we have these. If you wanted to change the size of this, you know, it's already grouped right now. You can change it to 5 inches, let's say, okay? What you're gonna do next is we're gonna ungroup it, and you can see the layers. So this is the back side, because if you remember, we have a front side and a back side. And so when it comes out, they sit on top of each other. So it's gonna be mirrored, but it's already set for you. So all you need to do is size it and then cut it. So this is going to be whatever paper you want to use. I use the glitter, the sequin glitter cardstock line. Here's your acetate layer. And like I said, this one, if you did like a red foil or something and you wanted to do this extra ornament like piece, it could be, you know, like a silver that we're used to seeing or whatever color that you want. That can be an additional piece. The way I did it just now, I just removed these. I deleted these and just had this layer, 2 layers of this front and back, and then your 2 sets of acetate. Now, I can show you really quickly what I was saying about, let's look up a Christmas image. And let's say you wanted to do this one. Okay, let me move everything so that you can easily turn this into an ornament shaker. What you want to do is you already have your front layer, right? You're going to duplicate it. And, oh, interesting. What? Okay, so this one already has a back layer. Okay, it's got a, oh, okay. I don't know if I want this to be like this. What I would do is, hold on. Okay, let's get rid of this for a second. I thought this was already cut out, but what I would do is, because I don't want to cut the snowflake layer and the ornament layer, I would just grab these 2 things and slice. So now I have just one cut, right? I'm going to duplicate it. And on this one, I'm going to go to contour and I'm going to hide all. It's going to give me my acetate layer. Just to make it simple for myself, I usually use acetate is gray. So here is my top ornament, my acetate, and I'm just going to duplicate this. So front and back, 2 acetate layers. If I really wanted to make sure that it's not a symmetrical layer, I will take my back side and go to flip and flip horizontal. Then I know this is going to lay on there perfectly. Easy peasy, right? I hope you enjoyed my session. Have a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And you can follow me if you liked my project. I have a ton of projects. You can just follow me on your favorite social media platform. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok. And did I miss anything? Everything is under the Useless Crafter. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.